YouTubers and YouTube watchers, welcome back to the Lady King channel, guys, and today I've got a brand new video for you. I am going to be showcasing all of my traded figures from my traded figures collection. Basically, this is all the figures that I have obtained over the years by trading with my friends, and I'm just gonna go through them and kind of talk about some of the past times that I've had. So let's start this video right now. Starting off, we do have Black Panther, which is actually one of my favorite minifigures that I own. I do really like the printing on this figure, and I remember trading it with a fellow, I think, colleague of mine. I don't remember what I traded it for, but I thought it was a pretty good trade, I think, in the end, because usually I would have good trades that I would feel comfortable with. But he's got some really nice back printing and some nice back head printing, and of course the torso printing is really nice too in the front. And just really like that headpiece that comes with him too. I think that was the first time we saw that piece on a minifigure. Just like the Black Panther figure, you've probably seen this figure on my Instagram account before. This was actually traded to me by a close friend of mine that we've traded before, and you'll see a lot of figures that are from him because he traded me a lot of figures from his collection, I would think. Not a whole lot, but definitely a good part of the collection of traded figures I own. But I really like this minifigure, especially because how I traded for him. I think it was a couple pieces or something, maybe a minifigure. But I do really like how the printing is on him, and I think it's just a beautiful figure overall. Especially that back printing. I mean, like, come on, that's some good printing on the back there. And these are pretty good condition figures still. Here's his hair, it's printed, which is really cool, I think. And then if you flip his body around, you can see that he does have a double-sided face, which is awesome as well. Next up, I do have this minifigure, which I forget his name, but I know he's like a fawn or something. I think that was actually his name. That's funny. But I kind of just wanted this character because his legs and his hair was really cool. I think I got this figure from the same guy that I got Black Panther from. Traded with him at school. And I thought it was a pretty good figure. I really like his printing on his torso, pretty nice. And he's got no back facial printing, but he does have a nice face in the front. And again, just a nice molding for the hair, ears, and horns. And the feet are really good as well. Next up is this First Order Stormtrooper. Now, I did not get the head with this guy, sadly, but I did trade it with another colleague at school. And instead of using a normal head, because I didn't really have any more of the angry clone heads or whatever was underneath that before, I used this clown head from one of the series of minifigures, and it works, you know. It's just a nice filler for right now, I guess. Kind of yellow if you look at it from the back, and if you take the helmet off as well, but I just kind of like this figure, and I kind of wanted a First Order Trooper without having to pay for a whole set with a trooper in it, so I thought that was a pretty good deal. If you're a longtime viewer of my channel, you probably know that Nightwing is a minifigure that I have done a video on before with my red Nightwing. I did a little comparison. I'll put a card up there right now, actually. But I got this figure from the same friend that traded me the Doctor Strange figure, and I just really wanted this figure. He got it from the polybag with the movie, but I really wanted the figure, and he traded it for me, or to me, which was really nice, and really good friend. But I really love this figure. I just like the colors that have been picked, and it just reminds me of the classic Nightwing from the old Batman from 2008 or the 2006. I don't know which one the Arkham Asylum came out in, but he does have back printing, as you can see, and I just really like the figure. Now here's Captain Barbosa from I think Stranger Tides, yeah. And I really like this figure a lot. I love the printing. I just love Barbosa as a character too. I was watching the movies, I think maybe about a year ago, and I called up a buddy of mine that had this figure, and I said, hey, do you want to trade for this? Do you have anything like that you want from my collection that you trade for? He's like, I don't know, you know. But eventually we got around to it, and I traded him my Clone Wars Count Dooku with the saber handle, mind you, the silver chrome one that's bent. But yeah, awesome figure. Love the printing, and yeah, I mean, I can't really think of a better trade at the moment. So here is the Scuba Iron Man, I think, and it's got some interesting colors here, really outside of the Iron Man that we all know. Lifting the helmet, as you can see, it does have the normal Oops, my bad. The normal Tony Stark face. I think this is the most common one. But definitely a cool fig nonetheless. I got a couple other figures from this friend as well. Just kind of wanted it, and I decided I'd trade him, I think, a raptor for a couple figures. I don't know if I'll ever show him on the channel again, because I don't actually have the full set, just the figure. So I will show you the torso print, which is beautiful. It's a shame you have to hide it underneath that nice armor piece, but beautiful printing all around. Since we did a Marvel one, I thought we could do a DC one. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I thought that would be good if we did it like that. So here we have Buccaneer Batman, I think, but this is a Batman that is exclusive to a book, I think, and I traded this, or traded for this, from the same friend who traded me Doctor Strange again. But I thought it was a great figure. I love the look of this Buccaneer Batman, and it's exclusive to that book. Beautiful. Love the back torso printing with that bat logo, and the front is awesome as well. Here we obviously have Clark Kent or Dwight Schrute, because I know a lot of people use that head print for Dwight in their custom minifigure collections. But this one was a really interesting one to get. I got this one from the same guy who traded me, I think, yeah, the First Order Stormtrooper. I just really wanted this figure, and again, it was from an exclusive movie, which I never understood why that movie existed, because it was mainly just like screen grabs from Lego Batman 2, if I remember correctly. But he's got some great printing on the torso, and there's no back printing, funny enough, and there's no alternate head design. But his hair is actually the same as Robin's from the same year that this one released. Since we're on the track of DC movies, I thought we would show you, or I would show you, Cosmos, or Cosmo, I forget which one. I think it's Cosmos, but pretty interesting minifigure, gotta be honest. Really cool printing with the purple. It's a nice purple in my opinion. And of course it does use that same generic head that we see on Ant-Man. Really cool minifigure, and I got him from the same guy who traded me Doctor Strange. Moving on, we do have Legolas. Great figure in my opinion, great face print. Got this figure from the same guy who traded me the last figure, Cosmo or Cosmos, and just really like this figure. I think it was well done. I mean, look at that printing. Look, the legs continue all the way until you bend that far back. I think that's just really good quality for printing on the legs in my opinion. But I just love the layers that this figure has on its torso print, and I'm a big fan of it. So here's Claire from Doctor Who. Fun fact, I'm not a fan of Doctor Who. This figure I think I just liked because the look of the whole thing, it had some great parts on it, and I just kind of wanted it for my collection, especially because it had dual motor legs, and the torso has some great details as well. She does have a double-sided face. Moving it around, you can see it's kind of confused. Next up, we do have this C-3PO, or T317. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, because I'm not really sure, I forget. But love this figure. If you followed my Instagram before, you have seen that I posted with him a couple times, or her. I think it's her. It's a good minifigure in my opinion, so I'm a really big fan of that trade. We do have Batman from the Juniors line, I think. I was just a really big fan of the look of this. Kind of reminded me of the classic 1966 Batman. I know it's not, but just reminds me of it. Awesome, awesome blue highlighting, and that's basically the only exclusive thing from this character. Or, I don't even know if it's exclusive anymore, but I really like the look of it. And just nice light blue detailing, or normal blue, I should say. Here we do have the girl from Portal. I forget her name, and I'm very sorry about that. But she was a really fun trade. I really liked her, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna ask him if he wants to trade for this, and he said yeah. So I thought, awesome, and I got it for trade. I think it was a really good trade too, in my opinion. I think I landed out on top on this one again. And of course, if we lift the hair, we can see that it does have a double-sided face. Nice, 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 and some dual-motor legs, of course. That would go perfect for the Joker's swimsuit. Next up, we do have the Beetle, or Beetle. And don't really have much to say about this one. Another trade from school. Probably not a good one. I'm not a big fan of this figure at all. Here we have Crossbones from Captain America Civil War. I don't really know why I like this one. I think I just printed. And he does have some nice face printing. I can take this off. There is his face. It's got a nice skull design there, and I just like it overall. So pretty much all I have to say about this figure. At this point, I know what you guys are saying. Another Batman? You gotta be kidding me. Yes, it's another Batman, but it's a very most appreciated Batman in my collection. This is like the Irish Batman, I want to say. Has some nice skin design, of course, and part of the kilt, I want to say, or the brooch or whatever. He does have that bat logo, which is really cool how he still has that. Weird looking face. This is from the Lego Batman movie. That's kind of why he has his expressions, at least for the eyes. And it's got some nice dual molded legs with that nice brown cloth cape. So here we do have Black Widow from Age of Ultron. Really big fan of this figure and the way it looks. I always have been. My friend who traded me Crossbones also had this figure from that set, and it was a duplicate, so I asked him if he would mind trading it, and he said yes, he would trade it. We have this nice head with dual printed facial expressions, awesome back printing, and of course those leg prints are really good with that torso print as well. Here we have Scuba America, or Scuba Captain America. I got this figure from the same friend who traded me the Scuba Iron Man, believe it or not, and I just really thought this was a pretty good figure. I'm a fan of the bright colors of Captain America from the comics or the cartoons, whatever it is, but I really just like this figure a lot. He's a little bit loose though for some reason. I think my friend kind of played with him a lot, but he does have a nice facial expression with that scuba mask that was used a whole lot around that time for some reason for a lot of figures. Here we have Obi-Wan Kenobi from episode 3, I believe, where he fights General Grievous. Believe it or not, got this figure from the same friend who traded me Captain America, the scuba one I just showed you. And he does have a nice back facial print, and of course that nice front facial print, and great torso printing and leg printing. Here I have Magneto from, I think, the Jet set or something with X-Men. He does look a lot older, or more like the Magneto that we see in the X-Men movies. Lifting the cape, you can see he does have some nice back printing. Kind of looks like Buzz Lightyear on the back in my opinion, or Zurg. And put the cape back down. It's just a really good figure. Can't really get the helmet off right now though. Just goes with the helmet for some reason, so I'll have to get that figured out later. Here we do have young Obi-Wan Kenobi, which was traded to me by, you guessed it, the friend who traded me Doctor Strange, and I just really like this figure. I think it looks really good, and I kind of wanted it from his collection, and I was like, you know what, can I trade for this figure? And he said yeah, so it was awesome. We got that trade figured out, and now I have him in my collection today. Use this head for Niles if you've seen my recent Frasier video. I'll put a card up there right now about that. He's a little pale, but I do like this character or figure nonetheless. Here we have the Crown and Glory Jango Fett. I like this figure so much. It's just great. It's so accurate to the movie. Awesome face print. Doesn't really look like the actor. The new 501st Troopers do look more like his face. But here we do have the nice, awesome torso printing and some nice leg printing as well. We do have this nice jetpack that is a nice mold for that character. Here we have Qui-Gon Jinn without the cape from, I want to say 2012 or 2010. I do like his robe detailing. Really plain on the legs though, I gotta say. But other than that, pretty good. Here we have Cyborg from the Dimensions pack. I did want this figure because, I mean, why not? He's got great printing. Look at this helmet design, come on. It's a great molding for that helmet. And of course we do have a nice head underneath that they use for Rhodey too. But this is like the perfect head for Cyborg. It's just not perfect for Rhodey, so I don't really know why they did that. This is R4P17. Actually, it's not. This is from a Clone Pilot A-Wing set. And I just really like this figure a whole lot, or Astromech droid, and fair enough, he traded it to me. Great printing all around. I like his head printing, and his, I guess that's the torso, whatever you want to call it, printing. I always thought it was R4P17 until recently. And of course, without Scuba Iron Man or Scuba Captain America, where would Scuba Red Skull be? Got him from the same friend who I traded for the Scuba Bros. being Scuba Iron Man and Scuba Captain America. Of course, he does have the same design as normal Red Skull underneath this mask because maybe Lego was lazy, or he just wouldn't have his signature look without that skull. Love that skull in the center of the chest, and I just like the red highlights on his torso to make it look like the true Iron Skull that he's supposed to be. Here we do have Dorothy. I did get her, I think, this past summer, and a really big fan of the way she looks. Awesome double print on the face, and of course she does have that nice rubberish molding for her hair. Nice skirt piece as well with those ruby slippers to top it all off. So really big fan of this figure as well. Here is the 501st Clone Trooper from that Walker set, I think. I think it was like one of the first 501st Troopers to ever be made or whatever. But he just has that normal clone head, and I did get him from the same friend who traded me Doctor Strange. Last but not least, we do have Ben Affleck Batman from Batman vs. Superman. This figure I traded for from the same friend who traded me the First Order Stormtrooper. Just really like this figure and the printing all around. Nice silk cape, awesome printing in the back. As you can see, dual molded boots, or dual molded leg printing. And he does have the normal head that you would see from 2018 or 2017 actually. But I am a fan of this figure. That's a win-win for me, especially for that trade. So I want to thank you all for watching this video. Leave a like if you actually liked the video. And don't forget to comment down below what your favorite figure was from this collection. Subscribe if you feel like it, and go check out my Instagram, which will be linked down below in the description. It's where I take pictures of Lego. And don't forget to comment down below what your favorite part of the video was. And I want to thank you all for watching my traded figs collection. But nevertheless, thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you guys next time on the Lego King channel. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.